Thursday, August 15th, and it's 4:05 p.m. This meeting is being streamed live on Central Coast YouTube channel, and if anyone has public comments or questions, they can comment on the live stream, and the questions will be relayed to the board members and answered at the end of the meeting. Can I have a roll call, please?
Rick Booth.
Here.
Rita Eckerman.
Here.
John McCall.
Here.
Craig Dunn.
Here.
Matt Aiken.
Excused.
Quorum is present.
May I have the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Next, we have the approval of minutes, and we have the regular session minutes for approval. Do we also have the workshop minutes? Were they
No,
distributed?
because it got,
Okay. well,
the
then
agenda went out first.
Okay, so those will be considered at the next
One.
at the next meeting. Okay, has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from July 18th? And are
My
there-
motion we approve.
I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of July 18th, 2024 as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anything for citizen participation? Okay. So, reports.
Let me go first. Well, the boat sold for an even 12,000, what the reserve got put on. So it is gone. Now we're researching ways to get a jet ski to replace or to add to the one we're getting from the Spire grant. So other than that, there's not a lot going on to report on this one.
Did you ever have a chance to check with the Coast Guard about the possibility of them berthing a boat down here for us?
No, I have not. I know the sheriffs are on, the sheriffs are getting calls, dispatch knows to call them if we do get a marine call, so. Dion's got his boat, one of the sheriff's boats down there close, so if we need to, it's.
It's within, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Do we have a volunteer report?
Bingo's tomorrow.
Gonna be a big one, isn't it?
Jackpot is $1,160.
Yeah.
So, we had National Night Out earlier this month. Eric and I helped Abby kind of plan it. The sheriffs are slowly going to take it fully back over. But I told Abby if she did it next year, we'd help her. Had a good turnout.
Yeah,
And probably, I don't know how many people, but I mean, we went through a lot of those hot dogs and stuff, so,
yeah, we went through,
yeah. Not a lot going on, just because we don't have a lot we do until, other than bingo, until the holiday season,
Okay.
so.
Anything for a union report? Okay. Finance report.
July being the first month of the new fiscal year, we haven't had a lot of activity for the most part. Cash in the accounts at the end of July, $177,249. Getting down there a little ways. Payroll is running pretty high, which is to be expected because of the conflagration. And in July, we paid out, just in gross wages, not payroll taxes or further anything, $15,424. So that money will come back and then some on top of
Yeah.
that. To us, OSFM, $47,080 in the month of just gross wages. So payroll for the month was $120,633. So it's running quite a bit ahead, but it's to be expected. No tax came in for this, for the new year. That'll start in November, so we don't have any current levy report on. The prior levy funds are still coming in, but we didn't have any booked last month because we got the report from the county didn't come in until late. But it's like $2,200, so it's not a whole lot. That's about all I have today.
Okay.
I did have one question. The Moose Lodge, are they still planning on that fundraising event for us?
I go there after this.
Okay,
They have a meeting. They want me to come answer questions.
I was just curious about that.
They're having bunco for the benefit of the fire department.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have to go over there at 6 o'clock tonight.
So that's all I have.
Okay. And did everyone have a chance to, or does anyone have any questions on the finance report?
There's no conflict on, I didn't see one.
There was, we paid it earlier. But it's not quite ready for this, not quite done.
Okay. Well, can I,
I motion we approve the financials
and pay the bills?
and pay the bills. Yeah, we can do that too.
I second it.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the financials and approve paying the bills. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Oh, there, old business, do we have anything? Okay, new business, levy approval.
In your packets, you have a copy of the SEL 805 form. So this has to go in by tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline. So if you want to read that over, basically discusses everything we talked about at the workshop. And so at this point, all I need to be able to send it into the county is a motion and vote for approval to send it off.
Short and sweet, isn't it? Anybody have any comments or questions, or? And we discussed it at the workshop, and of course, you know, we couldn't
Made
make
a draft.
decisions at the workshop, but, the content of the discussion was that if we increase the taxes by 60 cents per thousand, it will give us not only operational monies, but also the opportunity to put monies aside to carry us through, so that we don't have to go to the step of tax anticipation notes to get us through to November.
Yeah, and if you read the end of the summary that I put down there, that basically because this levy will generate enough for us to put money away, we'll take care of it.
Okay, well,
I make a motion that we accept the SEL 805 for the November 5th election date as written.
I will second it. I mean, no one likes levies or bonds, but unfortunately, fire departments can't run on nothing, so.
yeah, well, trying to keep in mind the impact on the, you know, property owners, but also the need to provide good service, you know, and to do so in a fiscally responsible manner.
And this particular levy hasn't changed in close to a decade, right?
Correct. We
2016, or when was the last one?
2020 was the last one that we passed over, and that was because of COVID-19.
Right, so basically,
But as far as an increase, it hasn't seen an increase in
No,
that.
it hasn't. It started in 2016, it hasn't increased since it started.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay. So I heard a motion, did I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to place the ballot title on the upcoming November election as contained in the SLO 805. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I should say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Now, is that something that I need to sign, or is that something
I sign it.
you sign? Okay, all right. Chief's report.
Not a lot to report on. We've been really busy with the conflag deployments and then just maintaining operations here. And then I've been gone for the last couple of weeks taking care of stuff too, so. Our Spire contract did come in and I did sign it and send it back. So it's just waiting on the state to sign it. As soon as the state signs it, I can go get the CD and bring it back here. And we did find out, we did get a spec sheet on it. It is a 3-seater towable ski, so it's one of the bigger skis. So it's gonna work really good. We're gonna wait on buying a second ski to, number one, try to generate some grant funds this next rotation with Celeste Tribal,
Celeste, yeah.
but also to kind of try to get something close comparison to what we have, so that we don't have two different platforms if we do get something. You know, same brand, but if we can get the same motors and things, then we're not having to buy different parts for different things. So try to get some contingency or just some continuity in there with that.
Now, do we have a trailer for that already? I mean, a trailer for it?
Yeah, they both will end up on a trailer.
Okay.
Hopefully, we could take the two single trailers and maybe trade it out for a double trailer instead of having two singles. So,
Okay.
but yeah, each of them will come with their own trailer.
Okay.
And we'll have to get a little bit of equipment for that program, so won't be a problem though. AFG grants, the awards have started posting. I haven't seen any vehicle awards come out yet, but the smaller awards have started posting. So they said that their hope is to have them all done by the end of September. So it should be finding out hopefully in the next month and a half whether or not we're going to get an engine or at least an exhaust system for removing exhaust in the bay. FEP grant, I haven't heard nothing back. I'll try to reach out to them and see what they're doing with that. And then the $1 million from Congresswoman Hoyle, that's waiting on legislature or House of Appropriations or whatever. So that's going to be a while for that one too. We think our tender is sitting at OSFM, but they're not handing them out right now. They're busy with all the fires. So, but they said they got 10 of them, and we were notified that we would be given a pickup date soon, and then we haven't been notified since. So I'm thinking. it's
Hopefully
just
they're not
sitting.
deploying them.
No, they're not. Well, people
only-
that have gotten them are
Yeah,
deploying
yeah,
them, but
yeah.
not the ones that are supposed to go out. So,
Because we have all the equipment for it, so
Ah,
we can't really
right.
go out for
Yeah,
ours.
yeah. it's-
Sending out an empty
doesn't
truck
have any
really
tools
wouldn't
on
do a
it
whole lot of
anyway.
good.
And then Eric already told you about the boat, so, you know, this ski program is gonna be a big venture because it's a different mode of operation. So that means different guidelines, different parameters for rescue. It's gonna be a little bit of a project. We'll have the ski up and running where we can get out in the water immediately in case there's any kind of rescue. But as far as fine tuning the program, it's gonna take some time.
I was gonna say, as far as training goes, do you have available?
Yeah, I have all the curriculums from when I was at North Lincoln, so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I know the instructor who wrote the curriculum also, and I might actually see if he's willing to come over and do some training with us.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we won't be expanding into surf until we're good to go with our program, and then we're ready to expand. So it's gonna be a That's all I got for this one. It's pretty short.
Tax anticipation?
So we were delayed by the attorneys with their opinion by a few days. We got the paperwork in, it should be posting. If it didn't post today, it'll post tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yeah. Jana did email me on Wednesday to let me know that because of the paperwork, that it wouldn't post till, at the latest, Friday. So,
All right. Anybody have any questions? Okay, well, under good of the order, I did receive an email from Board Member Aiken. I forwarded the email to all of you. I did print out a copy so that we have one for the record. I think I printed it out. Thought I did. Anyway, he regretfully has to resign his position due to the fact that he is no longer here.
Right.
And so, we should probably formally accept his, oh, thank you.
Do you want to just, there you go.
Okay, it says, "To the Central Coast Fire Board of Directors, it is with mixed emotions that I announce my intent to resign from the Central Coast Fire Board of Directors. Life's journey has taken me to the central part of Oregon, pursuing my career in law enforcement. I've enjoyed my time serving on the board, however, it is time to let someone else fill my position. I will be available for whatever is needed to make this a smooth transition." I did email him back personally and thank him for his service, and told him that he will be missed not only on the board, but also in law enforcement.
Right.
You know, I hate to see him go, but I wish him the best in his new ventures as well. So that does bring up the, we now have a vacancy, and how do you want to handle the vacancy?
I would recommend doing exactly what we've done before, and that's putting out a notification and accepting letters of interest, and then the board chooses from the letters of interest.
Okay, we can put that on the September agenda, I
You
think,
could,
if we start advertising now.
Well, we could do a motion now to start to allow.
Right, yeah, that's what we'll do, but
Right.
with the intent of, hopefully, if we have letters of interest.
yeah, we could put a deadline on the notification that the letter at the end of the day before the next board meeting.
Day before? Okay. Does that work? All right. Someone want to make the motion to accept Zach's resignation and open the position for letters of interest?
I make a motion to accept Board Member Aiken's resignation and open the line for a new member to be appointed.
I'll second that motion.
So it's been moved and seconded to accept the resignation and to open the position for letters of interest with a deadline of September 18th, I believe.
Is that the day before the meeting?
I believe that's the day before the meeting, yes.
Can I get a copy of that email just so I can include it in the posting on social media that, you know,
Yes.
this is what
Yeah.
Zach said
Yeah.
about leaving and then, but
Yeah.
with this, we need
Thank
letters
you.
of interest.
Wednesday, the 18th.
Yeah, the
Wednesday, the 18th. All right, so it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. I did also ask Brett about a copy of his contract, and he was kind to forward me, well, a draft contract. The old one was done 27 years ago.
23.
And so, 20? Or
23.
23 years ago, okay, 23
Wow,
years
that's a
ago.
long time.
And so, yeah, it's a long time, and
Written in
sure-
stone?
I am sure, yeah, right, cuneiform.
Dark hair.
So anyway, he did provide me with a draft copy of a contract. And then I also did some research and came up with an example of a contract, which is very similar to what he had proposed. It does have a little more language in it for indemnification on both sides and so on, which I think might be good.
Yeah.
Because it all happened so quickly, I didn't have a chance really to send anything to you guys ahead of time for review. So I did print out copies if you want hard copies. I can email them to you. I don't think we're gonna have any concerns with Brett not performing his duties under whatever contract is extant at this time, and give you a chance to take a look at it and comments and suggestions, and then we could put it on the agenda for the September meeting for approval. If that meets with your approval? Okay, good. I don't believe there's anything else for good of the order unless
Just-
somebody else has
Just a
something.
quick thing, I'll probably have a policy update for you in October. I got notice that HR Answers will be sending out a new policy template for paid leave Oregon. Because apparently they keep updating stuff on it.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I know people are having problems getting it, but
Mine
they're
has to
gonna-
do with the last meeting. I wasn't here, so that's why I didn't mention it. Meaning there were two items on there that, one is something about having an ordinance proposed at the last meeting, just been revised and directed, something Eric was doing.
I'll have that next month because I meet with Philomath next month as well,
Okay,
so.
and then, the purchase of new chairs can be discussed at this meeting.
Oh,
That's in the minutes.
okay.
I don't wanna do that till taxes come in.
Yeah, at this point, I think we'll
Well,
suffer
then I
along.
think it needs to be reflected that it's,
Yeah,
we're not gonna do it.
we're not gonna do it until taxes come in. Okay.
Because it's,
I think we're
Yeah.
just putting it as, we need to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may have, you know,
well, it says it's gonna be discussed, and I
Discussed,
haven't heard
yeah.
anything being discussed.
Yeah.
So are we not doing anything, non-discussable item?
I would say, well, let's just, since it's been brought up appropriately because it was in the minutes, that it shows in these minutes that we are tabling it until the November meeting when we start seeing our tax revenue.
I mean, we're gonna try to find, something comparable to what we're already
Right, and you
in.
guys can continue to research and maybe
Yeah,
provide some
and-
direction or whatever.
Maybe
you
try
know.
to get in on some of the sales later this year
Yeah,
when they go down in price.
yeah. Thank you, Rick, I completely missed that.
Nothing fancy though, just maybe massaging.
Lower lumbar.
Heat and or cooling?
Yeah.
as long as they stay out instead of slowly go down.
There's a
Yeah.
recliner available with lower lumbar heat and massage that I know of,
Right.
for sure.
I think Rick's got the one that does this.
I was wondering if I
Because
was
you
getting
keep
short.
You
Time I sit down.
You're looking a little short these days.
I'm a little shorter than the last time.
Kind of we just bring them over here and they're all tall when we bring them over. And it's just kind of, we wait and see which one it is.
Which is the one that used to be in my office, and I'd find myself like this at my computer.
It's got smaller every time I get in here. No, that was my only question.
Okay,
was what-
okay, I appreciate
what
that.
was.
Okay, well, if there's nothing more to come before the board, this meeting is adjourned.
Oh, surrender.
Yes.